And good evening, everyone. That's us done here at Dr. Frights Route 666. So everyone will know we come to Dr. Frights every night. We've come every single year since this event first opened, and it's always a highlight of our year. And this year they've done something a bit different. So whereas before there used to be 4 or 5 mazes, and you would go into the main central area when you first get in, and then you could decide which maze you want to go in and queue off to the side. What they've done is they've made this one continuous route. So the second you go through those gates there, you hand your ticket over and you go straight into the first attraction. Now, what that actually means is you go do the first attraction, which leads straight into the second one. There's a break in the middle where you can have a drink, a coffee. There's no alcohol served at that point. And then you get back in the queue and you queue for the next 2 mazes. And then there's another little break area, then you queue one last time for the final maze. Now, there's been some criticism online about this, but for us it really worked well tonight. What they've done is actually by creating 5 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 different scenes. I think it was 7. Yeah, maybe 7, sorry. Losing track of all the different things we've been through tonight. Some of the themes and scenes are shorter than they would have been if they were a full maze. And what the team have said is so they can stretch. What they can't do is stretch out the full story. So the Bloody Mirror maze is a concept they were trying. That wouldn't work as a full maze. The Zombie Outpost wouldn't work as a full maze. It was too much. The ideas would stretch thin. So by adding them onto the end of another attraction, it still gives a good scare, a good settle on the way. Our highlights were definitely the Woodland one right at the start. That was really good. We've got to pick out the Scream scene. Now, it's been done loads of times before. A cinema with people dressed in Scream masks sat there waiting to go. Excuse me, I haven't seen anywhere have as many characters in Scream masks. The standard effect is normally like a couple of rows with about 4 or 5 people in. There must have been about 60 dummies in there, all dressed as Scream, about 4 actors in there. It just worked really, really well. Absolute highlight of the night. Must also mention the corridor scene in the Bloody Mary's Mirror Maze. Try saying that when you've had a drink, when you've calmed your nerves at the end of the night. The scene down there, it was just, again, one of those is going to move, and it was terrifying. Also, the nun makes an appearance throughout the Devil Gate Cinema, and again, one of them's going to move, but it was still really, really spooky, really, really scary in there. All in, the mazes, the scares in the mazes were just as good as they've always been here at Dr. Frights. One thing we will say about the new layout is probably the final area. By the time people come out, it lacks slightly the atmosphere that we used to have when it was more of a Scream park. There would be people waiting around, there would be roaming actors. It felt like a more self-contained area. Whereas now we've seen quite a few people just come out and they go, oh yeah, well, we're done now, so let's go home. So that may change, but the whole idea, we got through the attractions fairly quickly, and all in, we had a really, really good time. So we're just going to say thank you to all the team at Dr. Frights. We'll be back next year. We want to thank them for inviting us out, and we will see you at our next event.